Hey, how the devil are you? Okay, so today I got this beauty, okay? This is the Acoustic Energy Aelite center speaker. Now I've been waiting to get a center speaker, you know, what I had to do was kind of save up a little bit to get it, because this channel is not like the other channels where they can afford to show their £10,000 speaker system we're reviewing today. No, okay? But if any of these companies with these £10,000 speakers or £5,000 AV receivers want me to review it, hey, I'm your man. DM me. But anyway, I've got this and I picked this up for 60 quid, which is a bargain really, considering the type of speaker it is. This is probably over 10 years old now, maybe a little bit older, but it's in very good condition. It's when it first came out, I think it was around about £250 to £300. It was a decent speaker, very well made. Listen to this. Proper solid, really well made, lovely looking speaker, very well veneered, really good speaker. I'm happy with my purchase. So what are the specs on it? Let's have a look. So you've got a 25mm neodymium speaker.
Neodymium.
Neodymium, there we are, I got it in the end. Tweeter. 110mm bass drivers here with a 32mm long throw voice coil. Now that's really good because you want to have a long throw voice coil for a center speaker because you want it to be projecting the voice, so it's perfect. Frequency response is 55 Hz to 23 kilohertz, and it's a lump of a speaker. It weighs 8 kilograms. So all great. The only drawback is that when I bought the speaker, I picked it up and I heard this. I hope you can pick it up on the mic. And I was like, hang on a minute, my son. You trying to tuck me up here? You're trying to rip me right off. Okay. I said, what's rattling around in there? And he said, it doesn't affect the sound of the speaker, which it doesn't. I've tested it. It doesn't affect the sound of the speaker. And he said the guy he got it off had children, and the children had put something in the back, in the bass port. Okay. So they don't know, he doesn't know what it is, but it's in there. Now, I'm hoping it is something that they've put in it and it's not some of the spot bracing that's come off. Now, in saying that, like he said, it doesn't affect the sound. It sounds fine to me. But you don't really want to have something loose in a speaker because it might resonate and may put the speaker off a little bit. So I really want to get in there and have a look what's in there. And there's no way in really apart from taking these off. So what I might do is take this off here and hope they're not glued as well, and hopefully I'll be able to take that out and have a look in here to see what's rattling around, and if it is a toy I can give it to my kids. Everyone's a winner. Boom. Okay, let's get this off and have a look to see what's in there if I can. So there's no child's toy in there. The guy who sold it to the guy I bought it off was lying out of his backside, or the guy I bought it off was lying out of his backside. Both lying. Anyway, look, what's happened here is they got the coil. It's loose in here. To show you that, look, it's loose in there, and that's moving around. You don't want that moving around in there, really. And it looks like it's snapped off this piece here on the back, just there, because I've got lots of little bit of plastic in there. So I don't know how I'm going to get that back on with this snapped. I'll try it and see what I come up with and see if I can get that put back on there, because I don't really want that wobbling around in there. Okay, so as you can see, this little piece here, that bolt sits in there and it screws onto that bolt at the back in there, and this goes onto that. So that's supposed to sit in there like that. So what I might do, obviously it's going to be hard to, I maybe could get that part online, maybe, but what I'll just do is epoxy resin that. There's a piece missing here, it was all in bits, and then I can put this bolt in there, Now I may have to take the tweeter off as well, because the bolt spins around, so I need to hold the other side of the bolt while I tighten this up. We'll see how it goes from there. We'll have a look. And then what happens is, in that coil sits around here and attaches to in there. So I'll just epoxy resin that, let it dry, and then we'll come back to it. While I'm waiting for the epoxy resin, the set, to go off, I've taken off the tweeter here. Like I said, the end of this bolt in there, just move that across to show you. So the end of that bolt here, when I tighten it up, that's going to just spin around. Okay, a little bit bent as well. So what I need to do is secure it the other side, only a little bit, just so I can tighten it up enough to so this doesn't keep falling off. It's actually behind. I don't know if you can see that there. Let's get another torch. Can you see that there? That's where it is there, look. Okay. And what I need to do then is, I'm going to put this in here, if it works, just to hold the side of that bolt there. There you go. And I'll have that on there like that, and then I'll be able to tighten this bolt this side. Okay, and that should stay in place when I get it tight enough so this doesn't fall off. Now, it's crazy how that happened, but this coil here is actually quite a weight. And I think what's happened, it's been jolted, the plastic wasn't quite strong enough to hold it, and it's just come off. And that's exactly what's happened. So hopefully I can get it back on now, the epoxy resin will hold, and it won't fall off again, and I'll be very careful not to jolt it. Okay, so this is the part that needs to go over that there, like that. I have epoxy resin, it isn't pretty, but it'll hold, and I've put some gaffer tape on the front as well, just to give it a little bit more strength, and I've stuck that on, and there's also epoxy resin under that as well, so it should give it a bit more stability and a bit more strength, hopefully. That's the idea anyway. So I'm just gonna then pick this up, put this little rubber thing on the back here, I'm assuming that's what it's for, and then stick the nut in there and pop that onto that. Easier said than done though, I would imagine. Okay, here we go. Let's go that way. It's very hard to do this with the camera in the way. And that's done. So there we are, it's back on again. This all looks like it's working. The epoxy resin seems to have done the trick. Got the coil back where it needs to be. No rattling around now, so I don't have to worry about that. Just get these put back on, and then we can actually get on with the review. Okay, let's get it all back on. Okay, so it's all in. Boom, job done. All connected up. Sounds fantastic. Obviously, this was supposed to be a speaker review video, not a speaker repair video, but obviously it took a turn and we're back on direction now, but everything seems to be working fine, it's all sorted. But I'm very happy with the speaker. It's got great mids and great highs, and you can hear, I'm doing this through the TV so you can hear how clear it is. Obviously my microphone and the compression of YouTube may spoil it a little, and some of you not from Wales may be able to understand me a bit better through this speaker. I don't know. I had someone from Texas a few weeks ago saying they couldn't understand a word I was saying, and even the subtitles were all gibberish. So there we are. I do apologise for that for you, those of you in Texas watching this, possibly. I will try and tone my accent down and speak more clearly like a newsreader. But when I get excited, my accent starts coming back in, see, and oh my god, I got this new speaker, haven't I bet? And then people can't understand what I'm saying. So I'll try and keep calm and relaxed and speak clearly and concisely, like a newsreader. Today in the news. Anyway, what am I going on? Yeah, but the mids and the highs of the speaker, very, very clear, very, very detailed. There's hardly any roll off on the top end. It does have some bass, but not a huge amount, just enough so the voices are nice and deep, but not too boomy. You don't want your centre speaker to be taking over the bass. You want your subwoofer to be handling that. And this does it perfectly. Just enough bass so the voices sound clear and nice and deep, but not too boomy. And the mids and the highs are really crisp and clear, and the voices are really, really forward. With that, I was using an old rubbish speaker before, and it just wasn't a patch on this. It's so good, really, really good. Anyway, so with voice, it's fantastic. But how is it with music? So what is it like with music? I think it's excellent. But here's the thing. When you're using it with an AV receiver, what can happen is the center speaker takes too much from the left and right channels, which can make music a bit too central. And you don't get a very good stereo separation. So what you have to do is go into your settings and turn on your center spread when listening to music. So very simply, and obviously some receivers are different to others. With this one, I just go into sound, DSP parameter, center spread, and turn it on. And it's as simple as that. And now what happens then, it spreads it evenly across the speakers, puts more back into the left and right channels, and gives a much better, broader sound. Now a lot of people say they prefer to listen to it on just 2-channel stereo and not use a center speaker. I disagree. Personally, with this speaker here with the center spread on, the music sounds much better, more room filling, just sounds fantastic to me. It really suits my system, goes with the Wharfedale 12.1s. Very, very happy with the speaker, the way it sounds with movies and the way it sounds with music. Just sounds so much better. Oh, the music stopped now. There you go. So, all in all, a really, really good speaker. If you haven't got a center speaker, sorry, and you are considering getting one, but you're not sure because, you know, people say, oh, center speaker can ruin music. Nah, not for me, it doesn't. If you get a good center speaker, maybe if you get a budget one, a cheap one, it might not be as good. But you get a good center speaker, it can really enhance your music listening experience, as well as having, you know, really forward voices when you're watching a good movie. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Hurrah, we got to the end eventually, okay? If you're still here, thank you. And don't forget to give this video a like, okay? Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.